Alright, hello everyone. Today we'll be talking about the Gold City banner as well as the Nishino Flower and Vodka banner. I'll be telling you what are the reasons to go and pull for these banners, but before we even begin with all of those reasonings, I need to go and explain the upcoming banners to you that you may want to go and prepare for. Alright, we have first off the Musume banner, very significant front runner for 8 months until her card comes out, and that will kill her. After that, we have the Nice Nature banner with the Tosen Joiner card as well. This is a very significant card because of its very high race bonus and also very decent wits output as a stat line, and also has a very solid stamina card that is basically a middle of the line stamina card compared to Mayana Top Gun, which is super high roll, and Manhattan Cafe, which is super stable, right? So after that, we have the Rice Shower banner with Rico, and Rico is one of the most notable cards for this banner. You definitely want to go and pull this banner. I do not know why some people are saying to not pull this banner, but I have double checked as well, and I'll talk about it in a future video about why you really should be pulling this banner. Alright, moving on from the Rico Rice Shower banner, we have the last one, which is significantly later, about 1 month later, El Condor Pasa and Kita-san Black. This banner is going to be very good for those of us who have not gotten their 3 limit break Kita-san Black, for those of us who have not gotten any Kita-san Blacks at all because they started a bit too late or only rerolled on the Super Creek banner to come and play Uma Musume. Right, this will be the second coming of El Condor and Kita-san Black, mainly Kita-san Black. Alright, so that is pretty much all of the banners over here. Let us move on to understanding how good is Gold City. Right, Gold City comes with 10% power, 20% guts. Not really the ideal stat line for a horse, but it's okay. We can just make it work somehow, right? In addition, her unique skill is basically a late surger focus skill. Why? Position number 4, position number 6. To be there, you usually need to be a late surger or an end closer overtaking a bunch of horses, right? The 4th position technically can be a pace chaser, but there has to be a lot of horses in front of you as well to basically put you into that 4th position over there, right? The next thing is the distance rate of 50. That means that if the track is 2200 meters, for example, then you divide that by 2, 1100 meters. So if there's 1100 meters left in the race, basically you've crossed half of the racetrack, you'll be able to activate your unique. And the last one is overtake, which means that you must overtake a horse, right? This is a 6-second unique, which is very good for duration. Duration is very important in this game. And you also have a increased acceleration of 0.3, which is very, very good. However, right, take note of the unique in all of its form, right? This is a unique that wants you to be in a late surger position halfway through the race, and you must overtake someone. Overtaking is RNG. You are not guaranteed to overtake someone. In addition, when you overtake the person, you want the unique to activate during the acceleration phase, because during the acceleration phase, that's the only time that acceleration is actually important. The only other time the acceleration is important is for front runners, and it's at the start of the game with groundwork and whatnot, so that they will be able to take the front position because that's where front runners want to be. But for late surgers, they need this acceleration to end up on the last spurt, which is the acceleration phase of this game. Alright, very, very important. Okay, so acceleration here is not great because it does not help you to actually get there. It means that you must get raw skills in order to get there. In fact, in JP, right, they actually buff her. What happens is that they make it speed, and this speed is actually significant. They also increase the order rate by +1, so it's 4, 5, 6, 7, right? So now you basically have a very, very big range of positions you can be in, and with the speed, you can overtake horses much easier. In fact, if you look at this, right, and you look at Gold Ship's unique, they are roughly the same. It's just that for Gold City, you need to overtake someone first. So you do need a little bit of skills to help you first, but once you overtake someone, or you put your own sacrificial horse there, so you guarantee overtake that horse, kablamo, you are going, right? And now you get to number 6 position, activate Majiro Rhine unique for acceleration. Get to number 5 position, activate Majiro Doble unique for acceleration. Activate Marzensky at number 5 also. Activate Taiki Shuttle at number 5 also, right? Many different things can be activated once you have that extra speed. And so because of that, she gets a significant buff from this. In addition, if you have higher top speed, by the time you enter the acceleration phase, what happens is that because your top speed is closer to the final top speed of the acceleration phase, you actually only need to accelerate a little bit to hit your final top speed. While others who have 0 top speed, right, started at their regular top speed, they have to accelerate all the way back to the top speed of the acceleration phase. And so because of that, this is a speed carryover unique, and it provides a lot. So Gold City gets a significant buff over here. After that, we also have Keen Eye, which is very awkward because it is a mild recovery. Mild recoveries are really, really awkward because for Miles, you do not need to get a recovery, right? So why do I have this? In fact, in JP, they also asked, why do you need this? So what happens is that in JP, they actually made it so that it debuffs speed. So now that it debuffs speed, it's actually a lot more usable. Alright, so this is something that is going to be fixed later on, but right now it's very, very awkward. So you basically will never ever pick up Keen Eye because for Miles, we do not really need that much stamina for Miles, right? There are some other good stuff that she has. Slipstream, very, very good skill. With this, right, it means that you just run Yenu Muteki and you can get your playtime, your tail held high, your ramp up, your home stretch, and all of those are very, very good mid-leg skills, right? After that, you have your acceleration, which is going to be super RNG. Please do not ever buy this skill ever. Alright, after that we have on your left, which is a very decent gambling skill, right? For late soldiers, the way to win is to basically gamble. And to gamble is to get number 6, number 5, get on your left, get Furious Feet, and pray to God that one of them activates during the acceleration phase. Once that happens, you have a chance to win. Late soldiers never have a 100% win rate, but they never have a 0% win rate because they are always able to win somehow, as long as they are lucky, right? You also can get Unyielding Spirit for Mal, which is a very decent speed skill for helping you to overtake. So this horse is more suitable for Mal, but actually has a lot of good stuff for her, but also a lot of awkward stuff. So we can't really say that she's too strong or too weak. Right now in Global, she'll be on the weaker side because she currently doesn't have the strong Gold Ship unique that she will get later on, right? In addition to also not having that debuff on the Keen Eye, which is a bit awkward as well for buying it for the purposes of Miles CMs, right? So ultimately, Gold City is basically, I would put it currently at a below average horse. Not too strong, not too weak, still usable for gambling purposes. And remember, as long as you gamble, you'll be able to make any weak horse become a winning horse. Alright, so that is basically Gold City for you. Moving on, we now talk about the cards themselves. Right, Vodka and Nishino Flower. Right, Vodka is going to be a very, very powerful power stat stick and nothing else. Because if you look at her training effectiveness, she has 0 of it. Right, friendship bonus, however, is 48.5. Right, 48.5. If we look at, for example, Kita-san Black. Right, if we look at Kita-san Black, 25 only, but 100 specialty priority, and Vodka is also 85 specialty priority. So her rainbow appearing is quite common. Not as common as Kita-san, but still quite common. And her rainbows are insane, and she also comes with power bonus. Very, very insane, right? So yeah, this is the power of the Vodka card. It's a pure power Vodka card, right? Pure power. Okay, and she also comes with hint level of 3 and hint frequency of 40, allowing her to become a very, very significant parent card as well, with a lot of generically decent skills. Miles Streets, Medium Streets, Slick Search, Updrafters, Straightaway Acceleration, Home Stretch Haste, Straightaway Adapt, Straightaway Recovery, and Tokyo Race Course. Notably, all of these skills over here are general use skills for team trials in terms of just giving you a bunch of white skills with a little bit of point gains, right? So these are very, very solid skills to go and pick up. She also gives you Breath of Fresh Air for recovery and a chance to get Nimble Navigator with training events that give you power skill points, power skill points, power skill points, power skill points, and power skill points. Just a bunch of power skill points, right? So ultimately, just a very, very solid card overall, right? Good rainbows, good skills, good events. Very, very solid card. After that, we have Nishino Flower Speed SSR. This card is significantly worse than Vodka and also worse than Biko Pegasus. So if you are aiming for big stat sticks, this is not the one to go and look for. Right? Nishino Flower has 20 friendship bonus, 45 mood effect, speed bonus of 1, training effectiveness of 10, allowing her to bounce around and help a lot of other people, but 0 specialty priority. This is not a stat stick card, right? She's not going to end up on that speed rainbow as often as you want, and with 10 training effectiveness, you might as well use Fine Motion, Super Creek, Biko, or Kita-san. All of them have higher training effectiveness than this one. In fact, you can probably just use a Tazuna if you had a Tazuna. Also 10 effectiveness also, right? So this is not a very, very good card for boosting your stats. The gimmick that she has is that she has 50 initial friendship gauge, which is also not required because she literally has a 0 specialty priority. So that is very, very awkward for her. Notably, her skills are really, really good, and she does have a hint level of 3 and a frequency of 50. Her skills are very, very solid, especially for frontrunners, because from one card, you can get Hanshin, Standard, and Firm. Some tracks you can get all 3, some tracks is only 2, some tracks is only 1, but it's still a chance to get 1 green, and there's only 6 options in total. She also gives you Pace Chaser Corners as well as Updrafters, and then also gives you Beeline Burst and Straightaway Adapt, generic skills for your team trials, right? Her events wise, they give skill points, wits, speed, charming, energy plus 20, wits, speed plus 10, plus power 5, right? So these are all just okay stuff, right? Ultimately, this card is not something that I'll actually ever recommend anyone, even a whale, to go and pull for. However, there is this card here, Nishino Flower Power, which is much better than Nishino Flower SSR actually, but it's for power. What this card does, right, is that it has higher mood effect than the SSR. It has power bonus of 1. It has no effectiveness, so it's not really a helping card. It gives you 20 power, 25 friendship gauge, and also 15 race bonus. Now that is significant because in making new track, you really want race bonus, and this is something that you can actually go and slap in purely as a race bonus stat stick, right? In addition, this also has hint level of 2 and hint frequency of 30. Not that bad compared to Nishino Flower SSR, right? And also priority of 50. So this is actually quite a usable card if you are hunting down for the skills. And guess what her skills are? It's going to be exactly the same. Hanshin, Standard, Firm, Pace, and Updrafters. You lose Beeline Burst, but you weren't really going to buy that for Champion's Meet, because that is not really very relevant. If you really wanted the Go skill for more stuff like that, there are other options later on for that skill. So really not really a big problem. Training events wise, this also gives you mood up with a little bit of stat lines, some straightaway adapts or accelerations, your choice. Can give you charming again, which is really nice, and then wits and speed 10 power 5. So this is a overall solid card for a power card, and it's a SR also. It's not even an SSR, right? So this is a very, very solid card, more accessible, and I would actually recommend this to quite a few F2P players because 15 race bonus is really, really very solid for later on. So that's why you don't go and get the SSR right now. Just pull slowly. The SR for Nishino will appear eventually, and hopefully you can have a full MLB copy for when we make a new track, so that you can have a very nice race bonus 15 for using as a stat stick in case you have no other options, right? So that is basically the decision making for Nishino Flower and Vodka. Vodka is very, very solid. Nishino Flower has a replacement, and so I would not really consider her a very, very good card to go and get, right? And then lastly, Go City is just a very, very solid card, a very, very solid horse who will become much better later on, but currently is not really that amazing right now because of the huge gambling steps that she needs to do and some of the awkward skills that she has right now. But later on, they will go and fix that in the JP updates, right? So that's it really for this video here. Hopefully this has helped you, and later on I'll be making a very big gacha video to talk about the upcoming big 4 banners, which is Swimsuit Maruzensky, your Rico banner, your Nice Nature banner, as well as the Kita-san rerun, and explain all of the different reasonings why you want to go and save for those banners, and also show you the carrot calculator to go and calculate all of your gems by the time that banner comes out. Alright, that's it guys. Thanks for watching, and I shall see you guys next time. Bye bye.